Hey guys, Anthony Beckham here, bringing you another market update. We're gonna be diving deep into the sales, into the data of October. We're about halfway through November. This morning was like 30 degrees, and it's just about as cold as the market is right now. So let's dive in to some of these trends. The reality is we are now knees deep into the recession. And for all of those that were saying, recession? Where? I don't see a recession, are now having to come to terms with reality. The S&P 500 is now down 20% from its peak. We've seen inflation run rampant and everybody's feeling it. And we're seeing these major layoffs from big companies, along with all the other turmoil that's going on in the world. Things aren't looking too bright. But the question is, where does this put the Roseburg Oregon real estate market? Well, for all of those of us that thought, okay, well, if inflation keeps going crazy like it is, then housing prices will continue to go crazy as well, which I did acknowledge was a possibility, but that is completely wrong. Well, maybe saying completely wrong is a little bit harsh, but we do have to take into account that interest rates have gone up substantially, which has decreased affordability, softened prices, softened the market, and really turned the tables. When it first became apparent that we were going into a recession, I said that it could go one of two ways. One, that inflation would continue to rise prices, or two, that interest rates would go up so much that it would hurt affordability and, of course, in turn hurt prices. Real estate value is determined by real estate affordability, which all comes down to the interest rates. The median sales price of homes here is over $300,000. I can pretty much guarantee we would not be going out and buying $300,000+ homes if the bank wasn't willing to loan us that money, and at such low interest rates that we can afford the monthly payment. And right now, people cannot afford the monthly payment. A $300,000 mortgage at 3% is a $1,265 payment, which is what we've seen the last couple of years. Now, a $300,000 mortgage at 7%, which is around the current rate, is a $1,996 payment. And that isn't even including taxes and insurance. If we just calculate off that mortgage payment, we're talking about a 37% increase in your monthly payment from what it was just a matter of months ago. So the moral of the story is, if you would have bought that $300,000 house at the beginning of the year, you might have a payment that's almost 40% less than if you were to buy that same exact house for the same exact price today, just because of the interest rates. If interest rates go up to 9%, that same mortgage would be $2,414, which is double the payment for the same price house that you could have bought at this time last year for half of the payment. I know it hurts, it really does, and at least for the foreseeable future, it looks like interest rates are going to go up before they come down. Looking at the data points, we can see there were 160 homes listed in October of 2021 and 156 homes listed in October of 2022, meaning we have a similar amount of listed inventory. The difference is 160 homes listed in October of 2021 and 154 had accepted offers. So almost everything was selling as soon as it was listed. Whereas 156 homes listed in October 2022, but we only had 115 accepted offers. That is a 25% decrease in market activity in October 2022 compared to October 2021. So the days of being able to sell your home with multiple offers, some of them tens of thousands of dollars over asking, not having to clean up the poop stain in your living room or plug in a Sensi, those days are long gone. We are now seeing sellers that are far more negotiable on price. They're offering to pay for buyers' closing costs and giving other concessions that we haven't seen sellers have to make in years. But there's a big difference whenever you have 10 offers on a property and you can choose the best one and basically get whatever you want, versus when you have one buyer that you're dealing with. There's gonna be a little bit of back and forth. You're gonna have to do some negotiation if you really wanna get your home sold. So just wait until you see how this is affecting prices. The most significant data on pricing is that in October of 2021, sellers were getting on average 95.71% of their asking price, meaning people were doing pretty darn good and getting just about what they were asking. In October 2022, sellers were on average selling for 91.81% of their asking price, meaning that a $300,000 home might sell for $275,430. This time last year, a seller would have thought that a buyer was crazy for offering $25,000 under asking price. But right now, on a $300,000 home, that actually might be realistic because homes are selling for about 8% less than original asking price. And that's not even including the fact that a lot of sellers are giving these seller contributions, maybe up to 3% towards a buyer's closing costs, meaning that this is maybe a whole lot worse than it even seems. So are prices going down? I would have to say it certainly feels like they are. I mean, average days on market has gone from 12 to 35, almost tripling from this time last year. Sales price is about 8% under original list price, so people are accepting less than they originally are putting on the market for. And we know that sellers are giving concessions and that there are 25% less buyers in the market than there were this time last year. So just looking at all those data points, it becomes pretty clear we have definitely had some market adjustments. If interest rates keep going up, which I think that there's a good chance that they will, then we'll likely see prices continue to soften. And looking at these stats, we will see it look better and better for buyers month after month, at least for the foreseeable future. My prediction is still that we have a rocky up to 2 years ahead of us. But you know what? People move, people have to live somewhere, the earth will continue to turn, and there are still accepted offers every day. We've been getting about 1 accepted offer per business day these last 3 weeks, meaning people are still buying homes. The sky isn't falling, at least not yet. But if you're a seller in this changing market and you have your home overpriced sitting on the market because you think values are still the same as they were last year, then unfortunately, you're just going to continue to sit on the market until you get realistic with your price. And that is the conversation that I'm having to have with my sellers right now, is if we don't price right, then we just aren't going to sell. And if you have 2 or 3 years that you can wait for the market to come back around and get that certain specific number that you're hoping to get out of your home, well then that may make more sense for you. But for those of us that actually need to move or have goals to get to X place and need to sell our home to get there, well, then now is probably the best time that you're gonna get the most value for your property before things continue to go down any further. And you're gonna need a price right from the get-go. And if you aren't getting the activity, if you aren't getting offers, making quick adjustments to continue to adjust to this quickly changing market. So if you guys found the information in today's video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and of course subscribe to the channel to be kept up to date on what's going on here in the Roseburg market. And if there's anything myself and the team can do to help, do not hesitate to reach out. We love to hear from you guys. So we got a subscribe button over here where you can follow along, and I got another video over here. So I'll wait for you to click on that. Hopefully it's a summer video because it is cold out here. So I'll just keep waiting. My toes are freezing. I've been walking around giving you this market update. What are you waiting for? What? All right, I'm leaving.